Cunningham and Dawes particularly are trying to pass the ball and in short areas to try and bring midfield players into the game, whereas on the other side, particularly Scott Minto at left back, they're looking to hit the longer channel ball for the racing forwards of Dyer and Grant, and at the moment Grant is getting very little change out of Andy Roberts.
May, Allen, there's Minto. Just over halfway through the first half now. Charlton Athletic 0, Millwall 0 here at Upton Park. Charlton, of course, go back to the Valley. They bring joy to all true Attic supporters. That happens in early December. Millwall go to the Senegal field, to their purpose-built stadium, which we were talking about at the start of the season. That's for the start of, well, the start of the program rather. That's for the start of next season. Here's Morley. Dawes outside him, away on the left-hand side. Played it into Allen. Dawes, the quick ball played in towards Goodman. And it just came off Minto to provide Millwall with the corner.
Another tidy move. And Tony Ward there right on top of it. Here you see as that ball is played in. Nice little left foot floater there. And Goodman just got above there. It might have just taken a touch off Minto. Obviously Mr. Ward knew it did. He was very close to the action.
Corner floated in again. It's Nelson who got to that one, and then Boulder. Foul by Robinson on Cooper. Speak very highly of Colin Cooper. He came down from Middlesbrough, the Millwall captain, as a fullback. Mick McCarthy made him into a centre-back, and has really been, I was saying, getting rave reviews this season. With a lot of the top clubs apparently looking at the Millwall number 5. Boulder with the goal kick. Roberts beaten in the air by Nelson. Grant, Minto. Flag up for the ball out of play. It'll be a throw to Charlton.
I think Charlton need to squeeze the space a little bit more. I just get the feeling that they've got to try and get players' bodies forward much quicker when they get that ball forward to the two front players.
Clearance there by Pitcher. Back with the head by Cooper. Roberts. Ray. Allen. Barber spraying it around well at the moment, Millwall, and the back pass had to be cleared instantly by Bob Boulder. Dyer losing out to Andy May, but a free kick given to, must have been a handball, I think, when the ball came up and struck Andy May on the hand.
I think Bob.
Sorry, David.
I was wondering if Bob Boulder thought that he better take the discretion there rather than leave it to the referee with that, because I don't think it was an intentional back pass, but I think Bob Boulder just panicked at the last second and decided to kick it.
Allen's touch. Morley. Barber. Ray hitting a long ball towards Allen, but too long, and it'll be a goal kick. Cooper we were talking about, David.
Yeah,
he's a fullback, converted to centre-back to very good effect.
Yeah, it's a right-footed player. Of course, he was at Middlesbrough with those very fine defenders, people like Mowbray and Pallister in that very fine defence. And Bruce Rioch brought him, of course, to Millwall. He knew the player well, and you know, if McCarthy has seen certain values in him that's turned into a central defender, and that's excellent managing. I believe he played very well in the 2 games with the Arsenal.
Just running out of space there, Charlton, but they get the throw. Pitcher. Nelson. And away come Millwall now. Morley being chased by Nelson, shaking him off. A little ball into Malcolm Allen. Here's Barber. Chip in to Goodman from Cunningham. May. Barber again. May playing it in once more. Webster behind this one for Charlton. Might come for Goodman. That was a headache there for Ian Dawes. Took a bang on the head there, David.
Yeah,
I think the referee will want Peter Melville to come on and have a look at that.
Looking at Simon Webster, he's had plenty of knocks and bumps and bruises, and he's just trying to redress the balance a little bit. He's really been a tough defender. He's done ever so well for this club. He's well, it wasn't Simon Webster, actually it was Pardew, yeah.
But you're right about Webster.
Yes, he's battled really well. If you consider that Charlton in their home games this season have only conceded 3, then you immediately look for a strong goalkeeper and centre-back. And that's what Charlton have, and you can see it so far in the game today. Millwall having the best possession of the game, playing the more intricate passing, playing the neater, tidier game, but they've got to get a goal and force a goal, and that means Webster's coming into play, and he's strong.
Yes, Charlton have conceded only 5 in their 11 league games this season, home and away. Allen, very neat free kick, well worked, and it's Webster who comes away with it. And in the end, Balmer who plays it away into the crowd. Boulder with the kick. Pardew. Gets it out to Walsh, but the ball into Nelson didn't come off for them, and Millwall streaming forward again with Malcolm Allen, with Cunningham outside him. Allen deciding to go on his own, and it might still come now for Barber, and the shot goes wide of the Charlton goal. Great run by Malcolm Allen.
I feel the first real effort of the afternoon in anger, really. I feel that they haven't had the efforts at goal to justify some of their approach playing Millwall. Malcolm Allen then thought about going himself, and when the ball came out there, Barber just gets out of his feet, makes an angle, but just can't quite get enough around it. But they've got to do something about picking up Malcolm Allen. He's coming off, he's finding good space behind Pardew and Walsh, who are pushing on to May in the midfield, and also on to Alex Ray. It's Malcolm Allen that is dictating the passing game for Millwall.
Minto playing it in. Roberts getting it away. Here's Allen again in oceans of space in that midfield there. Plays the long ball out to John Goodman here. Cunningham with a cross towards Morley. Dyer getting back there to get it away. Up to Gary Nelson, being chased and pounded there by Andy Roberts. Oh, that's a divot and a half they've taken out of the Upton Park pitch there as well. Which gives you an idea of the effort that's going into this game. If they were golfers, well, they are obviously golfers, putting that right.
I wonder if West Ham put them back for Charlton.
Well, it's Scott Minto with the throw. Stuart Balmer's ball far too long there. Dawes. Barber. Played in for Allen. France. Little touch there. And an offside against Gary Nelson.
Quite well drilled on the offside of the Millwall back four. I would imagine that's mostly down to Ian Dawes. Here you see, as soon as that ball's played back, there they are, standing still, looking for that offside decision. Ian Dawes, you saw quickly there to acknowledge that, just looking across his back line, making sure that they're all standing.
Alan Kirbishley in the front there. John Bumstead, one of the substitutes, former Chelsea man behind him. May playing it short, getting dumped to the ground there by Alex Dyer. The free kick taken a little too quickly that time for the liking of referee Tony Ward rather. Here's time. Towards Morley. May again. Looked in towards Goodman. Straight at Bob Boulder. He'll get on with it quickly. Quick clearance there, and Charlton now moving forward. Nelson into Pardew. Hey, looking who he can pick up, and Morley is up ahead of him here, but Stuart Balmer gets in there for Charlton. Scott Minto. Colin Walsh.
Sense a little frustration in the Charlton game at the moment. A little untidiness, a little unease. When they get the ball at the back, there we see the chance of Goodman. Just maybe with a little call from behind there, he could have taken it on a yard and maybe present himself with an even better opportunity. Snatched at it just a little bit, he was in a good position.
Pardew going for this one. Tries to get it across to Pitcher, but it's Barber who comes in now for Millwall. In goes Dyer. Ball falls again for Phil Barber. Kenny Cunningham leaving it for Ray. Just about 10 minutes to go to the interval now. Barber. Calls for Andy May. Never scored for Millwall. It's a good effort there, and a long ball played by the goalkeeper Bob Boulder. Oh, could be a chance here for Charlton. Keller was all over the place there. That was a really rash charge out of goal by him, showing a little bit of inexperience there. Goodman. Allen. Walsh. Minto. Grant's chasing this one. Roberts turning it away from the goalkeeper. Kenny Cunningham, Dublin lad. He's hit it straight to Pardew. Minto. Walsh. Out by Roberts again. Minto keeping this Charlton move going. Then pushes at Andy Roberts. It'll be a free kick to Millwall.
Alex Ray saying he's taken it. He beat Tony Ward's eye there. Wanted to take the quick free kick and he gets punished for it. There we see that there's no way really Casey Keller should have come for that. The forward was going in with the defender. He has to hold his ground and wait to see the outcome. Give himself some distance between the last defender and himself.
Orley playing it for Cunningham. Ray again with a shot. It's in there. And Millwall go into the lead. Alex Ray with that scorching drive. His third goal of the season. He was joint top scorer last season. Struck that well, sliding just wide of Bob Boulder and in off the post to put Millwall ahead as we come towards half-time. 7 minutes of the first half left.
Well, it was a 30-yard skimmer, wasn't it? Across the deck into the far corner, and I think Bob Boulder, experienced goalkeeper, won't be too happy with that. But the game, I have to say, needed it, and Millwall are just beginning to, before that, get a little bit more cutting edge to the game. They just had 3 efforts and brought Boulder into action, and here they come again.
Cunningham with the cross this time. It just clipped off Minto. Walsh gets it away for Charlton. Now the fall for Gary Nelson, who's got Kim Grant up alongside him, still with Nelson being chased by Roberts. Gets it back to Minto. Few red shirts are up now, Colin Walsh amongst them. Long there towards Grant, a good downward header. He climbed well for that one as well. The angle was always going to give Casey Keller a chance. David?
Yeah, it was a fine jump. I just wondered if he could have directed it across the goal, but it was an excellent jump on over the top of Ian Dawes there, and it was a good cross, of course. Colin Walsh, of course, is so good at crossing balls from those positions, and he needs to get more forward. Charlton need to get more forward, but perhaps the goal will make them get more forward, and that can only be good for the game, because so far, Millwall have had the possession, and Charlton haven't been ambitious enough.
Darren Pitcher with the clearance now for Charlton up to Alex Dyer. Robinson came off a Millwall player, so it'll be a Charlton throw. Pitcher with a throw. And Webster gets it back to Bob Boulder. Charlton, of course, he sold 2 of their better players already this season. Robert Lee to Newcastle, £700,000. Tony Barnes, a fullback, to Chelsea, something like £300,000. Feet high. And they've kept going well in spite of all that, really, haven't they? I mean, it's a wonderful job they've done. Absolutely.
I think they've been really sorry to lose Robert Lee, but of course you can't hang on to an outstanding player forever at this level.
Walsh with the free kick. Pitcher trying to keep it going. Colin Walsh again. Nelson. And outdoors. Allen. May. Cunningham. He's the man who scored the goal. Going back to the Charlton business, John Bumstead was saying that, you know, we do lack quality reserves and so on, but it is that sort of feeling that we are fighting the world that gives us such a terrific spirit in the club. And here's Kim Grant getting away, and it does bind them together, you know, in sort of that sort of adversity, doesn't it?
I think so, absolutely. The adversity comes and makes you stronger, and I think that they're doing it right here at Charlton. They're building a youth policy. John Cartwright is doing a wonderful job, which is complemented in the programme today at youth level. And as the wise old owl of Charlton says, Len Lawrence, success is directly related to resources, and clubs that have difficulty with crowds and difficulty attracting philanthropic people will always have to sell players, and it's a fact of life.
Right. The spirit in the camp is good. The spirit also, I must say, in the Millwall camp is exceptional under Mick McCarthy. Alex Ray, 23-year-old Glaswegian. There we are. Mick McCarthy on the left. Ian Evans, former Welsh, Crystal Palace centre-back on the right. Shaking off Minto, but not Barmer. But it'll be a corner for Millwall. Leading by 1-0. Alex Ray, the scorer. Barber with this corner. Served some really good corners in towards the near post there. Likes of Roberts to flick on. It's behind for the goal kick to Charlton.
Go back to their sales. I mean, Robert Lee was very, very important to the success of Charlton Athletic. But I think the other deal, the deal to Chelsea, was a very good deal for Charlton Athletic, because the young man playing number 3 today, Scott Minto, is a very talented boy. He's particularly exciting when he goes forward. Today, so far, he hasn't been able to do that because of the way Millwall have spread their 3 across the field.
There's Nelson crossing the ball in. Roberts getting it away. Allen. Dawes with a header. Another chance to see Millwall in action on the London match next week. Their home game at the Den against Wolverhampton Wanderers. In the meantime, it's Malcolm Allen laying it in for Dyer again, rather for Ray again, and here's Walsh. Dawes with a throw for Millwall. Barber. Time added on at the end of the first 45 minutes. Millwall leading 1-0. Cooper. Roberts. Away by Darren Kitchen to John Robinson. Cooper getting it back again. Dawes, the little touch to Barber on the far side as the half-time whistle goes. Millwall leading by a goal to 0, and really just about deserving it, playing some good football along the way. And then Ray's 25-yard shot certainly skimming in off the far post, beating Bob Bowler to put Millwall into the lead. Half-time then here at Upton Park. It's Charlton 0, Millwall 1.
Welcome back. Let's go over to Upton Park now. Jim Rosenthal there with Mick McCarthy.
Thanks a lot, Saint. Mick, your views on the first half? I think you must be well pleased.
Well, when you come in 1-0 up, you've got to be happy enough. We've played quite well, but we've gone in there and we've picked the bones out of it, and we've told them what we're doing wrong, and hopefully we can improve even more this half.
Right, Alex Ray finished for you superbly, that first goal. It came from a long way out, but I think the Saint made the point. He gave it a fair old smack, didn't he?
Well, from where we're sitting on the bench, you can't really see. He's been calling himself the goal machine. He's been scoring in the reserves regularly, so I'm delighted for him that he's come back and scored.
And Allen's done some great stuff in that linking role, hasn't he?
That just suits Malcolm really down to a T, and yet he can improve the second half. It's been coming away from him. He can get control of the game more for us, really. We'll see what the second half brings.
We will. I think they're all set to go for the second half. Let's get back to our commentators. Thanks very much, Mick.
Pleasure.
David Pleat and Brian Moore.
Thank you, Jim. Yes, we're ready to go. Charlton with plenty to do. And the red shirts about to kick off this second half. Walsh playing it wide. Palmer playing it forward for Charlton. Cunningham with the header for Millwall. And Ray, the goal scorer. David Pleat, what are your thoughts now about what Charlton have to do in this second half?
Well, I certainly think they've got to get tighter to Malcolm Allen, whether they withdraw Pardew, whether they sit Walsh in there, whether they push a full back in. whether they squeeze more from the back. I'm sure Alan Kirbishley will have spoken about his influence on the first half.
But if you look at Malcolm Allen now, he's again in plenty of space, although Pardew now is coming across to him a little bit.
That's right. I mean, the important thing is to make sure there's bodies around him and stop him spraying the ball around the field, because he's starting attacks off. And then, of course, once you win the ball, you've got to be prepared to break off, particularly Charlton at this stage of the game. They're 1-0 down, they're at home, they've got everything to go for. I would like to see the two full-backs joining in